are calling for Kotoko to just they should just ignore and not go to play that game. They wouldn't want them to go and play any game in the name of Asante Kotoko with another club players, Mediama Sporting Club, teaming up with Asante Kotoko and playing in the name of Asante Kotoko. If Kotoko are being beaten by, let's say, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals, it goes in the name of Asante Kotoko. Nobody's going to be mentioning Mediama Sporting Club. The main reason why most of their supporters are not so happy about this development. We'll try and get closer to their camp, and then we also get the details as to what exactly is happening with Kumasi Asante Kotoko. I did say earlier on that the Black Stars of Ghana in action come Thursday, the 10th day of October 2024. Kickoff for that game will be at exactly 4 p.m. Do not also forget that Team Guide Radio will be there at the Accra Sports Stadium, and we are making sure that we will be giving you nothing but the best of commentaries from the Accra Sports Stadium. Do not miss this big day, that's Thursday, 10th day of October 2024. If you also really want to come join us and watch the game live from the stadium, all you need to do is just grab in your phone and then you dial in *711# *711#. A lot of people have been asking me, BOB, how are we going to get to purchase tickets for the big game? The ticket portals have already been open since last Friday, and you just dial *711# *711#, and then you get to win yourself, or get to buy tickets for yourself. You're not winning. You're not winning yourself ticket. You get to buy tickets for yourself for the big game. I know a lot of people have missed the Black Stars here in the capital, but thankfully, circumstances have just brought the Black Stars back to the capital of Ghana, and we all need to go in our numbers to support the Black Stars. The Sudanese national team, they've been in town for long. They have been here for long, and they have been training at the St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School, preparing for the big game. They have something up their sleeve. They would want to surprise us. The reason why we have to take this game very serious. We have to take this game very, very serious. And again, yesterday, if you guys could remember, I made it clear here on the show that Thomas Tay Partey was not joining the team. Earlier, when I put it on my personal Facebook handle, a lot of people were calling me, how sure are you? I said, listen, I'm a strong Arsenal fan, a dedicated one, of course, and I'll get closer to Arsenal Football Club. And I was telling my friends that, listen, Thomas Tay Partey has developed some illness after the game against Southampton. The reason why he will not be able to make up the team for the big game come Thursday and next Tuesday. A lot of people have all their reservations about the absence of Thomas Partey. People calling that the deputy captain of the Black Stars is not so committed to the senior national soccer team. But I don't know, that may be your opinion, but if you are closer to Thomas Partey, maybe that will be different from what you are also thinking. But you have your right to also think the way you want to think. Nobody can be tuning your mind to think differently. You have your own comments to make. You have liberty to make whatever comments you want to make around the absence of our captain, or let's say our deputy captain, Thomas Tay Partey. Aside Thomas Tay Partey, other players are also not making the squad for Thursday's game. Ibrahim Osman, who plays his club football for Brighton and Hove Albion, but he has been loaned to Feyenoord Rotterdam. He's also missing the game on Thursday. I'll be updating you with the other players that are also missing the game on Thursday, and the newly invited players that are making up the squad for the big game on Thursday. I'll also be updating you with all the names on the show. But before we get closer into the discussions here, as customs demand on this show, let me quickly give you some 1 or 2 tidbits from Ghana and the world at large. Now, Leicester City striker Jordan Pierayu is set to captain the Black Stars in a doubleheader against Sudan in the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. With Thomas Partey ruled out due to fitness concerns, Jordan Ayew will step up to lead Ghana in these must-win games. Partey, the Arsenal star initially named in Coach Otto Addo's 25-man squad, has withdrawn from the qualifiers alongside Joseph Pencil, Ibrahim Osman and Kingsley Schindler due to injuries. With Jordan Ayew at the helm, the Black Stars will be hoping to turn things around and claim 6 vital points from the 2 matches against Sudan as they look to reignite their AFCON qualification campaign. The first leg will be held on October 10th, that's coming Thursday, followed by the return leg on October 15th in faraway Libya. Now, former Ghana coach Charles Kwabena Akono has also expressed confidence that the Black Stars will qualify for the 2025 African Cup of Nations despite a shaky start in the qualifiers. Ghana opened their campaign with a disappointing 1-0 loss to Angola at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, followed by a 1-1 draw against Niger, leaving them third in Group F with just 1 point. Charles Kwabena-Connor also was a former captain of the Black Stars. The reason why he's been so optimistic, regardless of the troubles that we had to face in the first 2 matches of the campaign, Ghana still has a chance to qualify for AFCON 2025. I still believe Ghana can be beating Sudan home and away, and then we'll get 7 points, and then we'll be on course to go to Morocco 2025. Now, former coach of the Black Stars, James Kwesi Appiah, hopes both Sudan and Ghana will secure qualification for the 2025 African Cup of Nations AFCON. Currently, the head coach of Sudan's national team, Kwesi Appiah, has guided the Falcons to a win and a loss in their first 2 AFCON qualifiers, leaving them in second place in Group F with 3 points. Sudan and Ghana are set to face each other in the next round of qualifiers. Now, ahead of the matches, Kwesi Appiah expressed his hope for both teams to progress to the tournament. And I believe I started playing voices from James Kwesi Appiah, but for the benefit of those who are just tuning, I would just want to play back that interview with our colleague journalist Mavis Amana of Asempa FM, who had the opportunity of speaking to Dr. James Kwesi Appiah.
Coach Ohoda. Tinami the quality of players are more. And also more holding or more bonus and more minimum. The with me team or more secure more. I believe they can achieve whatever. And I mean they show my games look now no baby Bekobiano. They see it your own home because at the end of the day you need home.
You need home, okay.
And yeah more league so into Chambia from no imagine say they are going out there to make sure they are going to fight for their country to make their countrymen happy. Until most of their work, has been psychological and I do a little knowledge in coaching. So when it comes to Skasem there, I will not say some Skasem from, but the place now, including everybody. The target is not about money. We are not looking at what we can get now. We are looking, not to me, by homodini achieve the end of the tunnel, very bright. And the focus has been getting a bit mama, the whole Sudan people are happy. And I believe, if Sudan is able to qualify to the World Cup, especially the World Cup, every Sudanese will be happy, and who knows, maybe yes. And that's the most important thing.
So that was the head coach of the Sudanese national team, Dr. James Kwesi Appiah, speaking to Mavis Amano of Asempa FM 94.7 FM. Now, former Ghanaian international Emmanuel Dia has also expressed confidence in Kwesi Appiah's professionalism as the Sudan coach prepares to face the Black Stars in the upcoming 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. Emmanuel Dia believes Appiah, who recently stepped down from his role on the Ghana Football Association Executive Council due to a conflict of interest, will not engage in any matches of convenience when the two teams meet. He added that despite Appiah's history with the Black Stars, having coached the team during 2 stints, the Sudanese national team boss will approach the game with all seriousness. And I believe Kwesi Appiah, as a top professional, he wouldn't want to do anything that is going to put the game into disrepute. But on Thursday, I believe he's going to be the Kwesi Appiah that we all know. He's going to be the true professional that we already know him to be of. And then come Thursday, the Black Stars head coach Otto Addo will also come up with the best strategy to beat the Falcons of Sudan. And now, Ghanaian midfielder Elisha Owusu has also expressed satisfaction with the quality of the pitch at the Accra Sports Stadium following the Black Stars' first training session ahead of their upcoming clash against Sudan. The match is part of a crucial doubleheader in Group F of the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers scheduled for this month. Ghana enters the games with mixed results, having lost to Angola at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium and a drawn game with Niger in an away fixture. Concerns were previously raised about the poor state of the Baba Yara pitch, which led to speculation that the Black Stars might have to play their home game against Sudan in another venue. And now, so after yesterday's training, Elisha Owusu, a member of the national team, has expressed satisfaction with the quality of the pitch at the Accra Sports Stadium following the Black Stars' first training session ahead of their upcoming clash against the Sudanese national team. So we all know that the Black Stars players are so happy so happy that the pitch looks very, very good now, and so they have no excuse whatsoever just to be telling us that the pitch was a problem before they actually had to play the game on Thursday. Now it's coming from their own player, Elisha Owusu. The pitch looks very good. The pitch looks very good. I was there yesterday. We showed you videos from the Accra Sports Stadium yesterday, and I don't know if you can still project on the screens, so our viewers live on Facebook can also see exactly what we mean by the pitch looks very good at the Accra Sports Stadium. The main reason why I was actually praising the director of Greengrass Technology, Mr. Frank Boyne, for giving us a good job done at the Accra Sports Stadium. A lot of people were doubting whether this is actually a green grass, but people also had their own ways of believing that this is actually painting Maminto. But to tell you what, when I went to the stadium yesterday, this is actually a good job done by Mr. Frank Boyne. So I believe the Black Stars of Ghana on Thursday will just give us the best of games. On Thursday, and then we also see as to whether we will be able to qualify for Morocco 2025. If all things being equal, we'll also be getting to the communications director of the Black Stars, and then we'll get to know the latest also from camp. Yesterday we were there, but today unfortunately training was not open to the public. The main reason why we were unable to go there, so we'll try to get to the communications director and then get to know the latest development from camp. Now they have just made it clear that we have about 23 players now reporting to camp, and they are still expecting some few more to join up with the team at the Alisa Plush Hotel. So let me just let you know the players that are already in camp. So far, we have 23 players that have reported to camp. Lawrence Atizigi, Joseph Jojo Wallacott, Frederick Asari, Tariq Lamte, Gideon Mensah, Alexander Jiku, Abdul Mumin, Mohamed Salisu, Jerome Opoku, I beg your pardon, Alidu Seidu, Isaac Afo, Ibrahim Suleimana, Majid Ashibero, Elisha Owusu, Mohamed Kudus, Ibrahim Sadiq, Michael Beidu, Enes Nyama, Abdul Fatah Ishahaku, Antoine Semenyo, Jordan Pierre Ayu, Thomas Brandon Asante, and then Atletico Bilbao starman Iñaki Williams. So based on the list of players that have called, I've just been mentioning, you know that we have 23 players already in camp with the senior national soccer team, the Black Stars. Earlier on today, the players also resorted to some gym work. They had some gym work at the team's hotel. Just to still put them in shape for the big game on Thursday. So you can see also on our Facebook page, the players going through some instructions at the gym this morning, just to forever put them in shape for the doubleheader come Thursday and then next Tuesday. Join us live on Facebook at GuideSports. Join us live on Facebook at GuideSports, and then you also get the opportunity of seeing the pictures from the team's gym session earlier on in the morning. So you can see players like Majid Ashimero, Lawrence Atizigi, Gideon Mensah, Elisha Owusu, Michael Beidu, all in attendance at this morning's gym session. Antoine Semenyo, it's also in camp. He was there yesterday, and goalkeeper Lawrence Atizigi can also be seen live on our Facebook page, also preparing for the big game on Thursday. We need nothing but only victory. We only understand victory. That is what we want. Do not forget that football has got some 3 results in there: win, draw, or a loss. But at this moment, we cannot afford to think about a drawn game or a loss, because out of 2 matches, we only have 1 point. Angola have 6 points. Ghana, we have 1 point. Sudan have got 3 points. And then Niger are also in there. So they have no points in there. But they have a point. Niger picked a point against Ghana. So they drew 1-1 with Ghana. So Niger have a point in there. We will try as much as possible to speak to the communications director of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Henry Asante Chum. So we'll try everything possible if he's giving us the green light. But what do you make of today's gym session?
Well, I think today's gym session was very needed, and it was very important because we needed to, from the long break and also the traveling and stuff. They needed to strengthen their muscles and other stuff. And we are going to play against a Sudanese side that's very, very compact, and they need to showcase our strength and our skills there too. So I think today's gym session was very, very, very important. And I know our fitness coaches, they are working overtime to make our players to be ready, to make sure they are ready for the game so that we'll be able to win this game. As you said earlier on, there are 3 results in a game: a win, a loss, and a draw. We cannot afford to lose. We cannot afford to play a draw. This is a very, very critical game. This is a very, very important game. And Ghana must win. Ghana must win. Ghana must win. Come Thursday, we have nothing to do than to win. We have nothing to do than to win. We have to win and make sure that we secure our place. At least we'll be very sure. And we also pray that the game against Angola and Niger will be very, very, will go in our favor. Because as usual of Ghanaians, we always take along our calculators to the match.
But this time around, we don't want to see those calculations.
And we started already.
No, nobody's calculating. We need to win.
Yes.
We need to win. That is the sure bet. We need to win the game on Thursday. And then we go to the matters of Liberty Stadium in Libya, and then play the return leg and also get a win there.
So we have nothing to do than to win. And I know that Coach Otoado and his team, they've placed in a very, very, very good work. That's the stadium is ready, the pitch is ready, the players are being prepared well, and we know that victory will be ours. Yeah.
We know that victory will be ours come Thursday, and I have a firm belief that the Black Stars will be winning the game on Thursday. Now, still on the tidbit, Gerard Asamoah's son, Jaden Williams, Asamoah, shown in a recent DFB Youth League match against his father's former club, Schalke 04. Jaden's side lost 6-2, but for him, the game represented not just another fixture, but a significant milestone given his father's history with the club. Now, the 17-year-old striker's performance was closely watched by his father, Gerard Asamoah, who attended the match. While he expressed hope for Jaden's future, he was also realistic about the challenge posed by the Schalke side, stating his job is at stake. So I believe he is going to exhibit professionalism. When asked about the pressure of his father's legacy, Jaden responded, "I don't think about it too much. I am my own person." Balancing his budding football career with academics, Jaden said, "I don't have any plans for the time after graduation. I will just wait and see." Jaden's father had Ghanaian roots but played for Germany, but it could be a different case for the teenager in future. I believe we have the communications director of the Ghana Football Association live now, so we'll just move closer to Mr. Henry Asante Chum to also let us know the latest coming from the camp of the senior national soccer team, the Black Stars. Hello, Henry. Hello, Henry. Hello, Henry. Hello, Henry. Hello, Henry. Can you hear me? I think Henry is finding it difficult to hear. If you can just try and then get Henry back on the line. It's so important to get Henry back on the line. I believe you need to go help him with the photos and videos there. Where is Ephraim? Try to get Ephraim also to help him. All right, so we'll try and get back to the communications director of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Henry Asante Chum, to let us know all the latest coming from the camp of the senior national soccer team. Now, Aduana Stars head coach Yao Achampong has vowed to turn things around following the club's unimpressive start to the 2024-2025 Ghana Premier League campaign. The Fireboys, who are two-time champions of the Ghanaian top flight, have struggled to find their rhythm in the ongoing campaign. They are without a win after 5 matches, losing 2 and drawing 3 across the period. Despite the setback, Yao Achampong says he and his charges will work assiduously to revive their season. Now, with 3 points, the Fireboys find themselves in the 16th position and must uplift their performance to turn things around if they are to stay competitive this season. Aduana Stars will welcome Dreams FC to the Nana Ajiman Bedu Park in March Day 6 of the Ghana Premier League campaign. Now back to Asante Kotoko. Their head coach, Dr. Prosper Nate Ogum, has also stated that his team's ability to create chances is a sign that his outfit is playing so well. He said this in a post-match game interview after their game against a visiting team, Accra Lions. And I believe now we have the communications director of the Ghana Football Association online, so we'll try and see if he's online. We'll just speak to him. Hello, good evening, Henry.
You'll be sorry. I was having a conversation with the coach earlier. I didn't know I was on air. Sorry, forgive me.
Okay, that's fine, Henry. Thank you and welcome once again to GuideSports Xtra.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Sure. Now, Henry, our listeners will want to know everything around the camp of the national team. Yesterday was day one for training. Fortunately, some of us were there at the training grounds, but not every Ghanaian had the opportunity of coming to the training grounds. But from the Black Stars handle on X, it is clear that we have 23 players so far in camp. Now, can you confirm to us the remaining players that are set to join the players in camp?
Okay, thank you. The two remaining players are Francis Abu and Jonas Ajeti. They are the only two players who are yet to join us. Hopefully tomorrow morning they will be here. They are on their way to Accra, and then once they arrive at the airport. They will be brought to the team hotel to join the rest of the squad. So, as you indicated, yes, we have 23 players in camp. Yesterday we had 11 players in training, and then we had 12 others joining us this morning. Ibrahim Sadiq, one of the late called-up players, Michael Baidu, another late called-up player, Iñaki Williams, Lawrence Atizigi, Alexander Jiku, Abdul Mumin, Ernest Nyama, Majid Ashimiru, Ali Duseidu, Tariq Lamte, Jerome Opoku, and then Ibrahim Suleimana are the 12 players who joined us this morning. So we have 23 players. We just came back from training. Training was very good, higher intensity. You could see the hunger and fighting spirit that these players are pushing to change the narrative on the back of our disappointing results against Angola and Niger in the first two matches. And so, yes, we will wrap things up tomorrow for the match day one activities. Sudan will train at 4 p.m. Ghana will train at 5:30. The head coach of Sudan, Mr. Kwesi Appiah, will speak to the press at 3:30, and then Otoado will also speak to the press at 5 p.m. So this is it by way of updates and events happening around the team.
All right, thank you so much, Henry, on that. But quickly, Henry, the main problem at the stadium was the pitch, the nature of the pitch. But a lot of Ghanaians have been having doubts about the quality of the pitch after the team training yesterday. But per what I saw yesterday, I was so happy with what I saw at the Accra Sports Stadium. But you have had the chance of having a feel of the pitch, and the players also having a feel of the pitch. Can you just make it clear to every Ghanaian the state of the pitch at the Accra Sports Stadium?
Good. Yes, I have a fair view of the stadium. My history with the Accra Sports Stadium dates back to 2004 when I first did commentary between, I think, Hatsofog and Santos FC in the CAF Confederation Cup. A game Hatsofog won by 1-0 to 0. Ajatete scored that goal. That was the first time I did commentary and then had a closer view of the pitch. You know, before 2004, I would go to the stadium, but I wouldn't have access to the pitch. I wouldn't have access to the playing surface. So from 2004 till now, we've seen different shades or faces of the playing surface. It got renovated in 2007 for the CAN 208, and then it was renovated again in 2018 for the Women's AFCON, and then this time. So I have seen different phases of the surface since 2004. I think what we have currently is the best in terms of what used to be in time past. The players have trained on the pitch. I mean, initially our our concern was about the weight and the busy state of the pitch, because we looked at the schedule for the two teams. Obviously, having trained yesterday, today, and then another training tomorrow, and Sudan will also train tomorrow, we thought the pitch was going to suffer. But the coaches had a conversation with Frank Boyen to keep it high until the last training, and then he will reduce the length of the grass, put in some more water to make it more smoother, and then we will be ready for Thursday. So from what I have observed so far, I think the pitch is in a good condition.
And now, how is the team's morale and preparations ahead of the big game on Thursday? I've seen the players with smiles on their faces from yesterday. How is the team's morale in camp so far?
Well, if you haven't played at the AFCON before, then you have to fight so that we'll be able to win. Again, if like Michael Baidu, Ibrahim Sadiq, Francis Abu, Jonas Ajete, who got a last-minute chance, what that means is that when you are called upon, you have to show your mettle. I believe that for Isaac Afo, who has had his first call-up, today his training was good. Yesterday he didn't train because he played on Sunday in the Ghana Premier League, but he did a recovery, and today he was on field work. I think if you are Isaac Afo, you will also be praying for an opportunity to prove yourself. So the level of training today was top. The hunger, the fighting, the aggressive nature, the way players were pushing their way through, forcing their way through, battling for the balls, going for area balls, looked very impressive. And after the training, the coach commended them for putting in such a fight, in training. We are just hoping that it will be translated into the game proper on
Thursday.
On Thursday. We are also looking at the chance where these players will be hungry, for success. The other day there was no Alexander Jiku, but I think Abdul Mumin made a good impression of himself in the two matches. The other day there was no Majid Ashimeru. I think Ali Duseiru was played as a left back, did enough to prove to the technical team that he has the quality to play in different positions. The other day Jordan arrived late, but he played against Angola and he was one of our star performers. The other day Elisha Owusu came late, but he also got the chance to start, and for me, he was our best player on the pitch. So I think that that hunger and desire is what we are hoping to see on Thursday against Sudan. And once that is done, we will focus on the next game.
Now, in the first two matches, Ghana have just managed to pick a point out of a total of 6 points, and every Ghanaian is looking forward to seeing the Black Stars winning our next two matches. How is Coach Otuado handling the pressure to deliver to us a win come Thursday and next Tuesday?
Well, football, as I know, comes with pressure every day. Every game comes with different approach and different portfolios, different plan and different setup. It is rather unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation where we've had only 1 point from a possible 6. But all is not lost. We are a top quality team made up of high-profile, talented players. We believe in the capacity and the competencies of each and every player in this squad. We also believe in the quality of the technical team and the backroom staff. We've had a false start, but that is not the end. We think that this is the time for us to change the narrative. This is the time for us to rewrite the script. This is the time for us to right the wrongs I know it will not be easy. It will come with a battle. It will come with a fight. Our opponents are not going to lie low for us to run over them. But like I said earlier, we believe in these players, and we know that, as they have always done, when the times are rough, they come up, and that's what we are looking ahead to.
And now, how is the coach receiving the news that Thomas Partey, our standing captain, will be unavailable for the game on Thursday? Has that just made the coach to be thinking of what strategies he'll be using in the game on Thursday?
Yeah, for games of this nature, because you do not have too many days, or you do not have the luxury of time, you always have in mind who will play here, who will play there, because international football is just like that. There have been some national teams who have used one goalkeeper throughout for close to 10 years. The only thing that will take Manuel Neuer out of the goalpost is when he is injured.
Yeah.
You know, when Philip Lahm was in top shape, he will always play. You know, when Ballack was in top shape, he will always play. And so, I mean, a few years ago, you can close your eyes and call out the starting 11 of the Black Stars: Richard Kingston, John Pinchel, Hans Dusape, John Mensah, Eric Addo, Michael Essien, Lai Kingston, Anthony Annan, Stephen Appiah, Suleiman Tari, Asamoah. You know, you can just close your eyes and call out these players. And that is the beauty of international football. You make up the squad even before the players arrive. So I'm sure that before this call-up, he knew that Thomas would play. He's one of the influential players in the team with his quality and what he brings on board, the experience and all of that. But unfortunately, he's not available. It is what it is. We can't do much about it. We just have to move on. And I'm sure by this time, he knows who will step in.
Now, what are some of the supports coming from the Football Association for the team ahead of this crucial game?
Well, as usual, we play our role diligently, picking up of players, making sure they have all their facilities available to them, ensuring that everything they need is provided, ensuring that our relationship with the ministry continues to grow so that, you know, facilitations and other protocols will be duly performed. And we haven't departed from that. We've had continuous engagement with the ministry. This began as soon as the stadium was confirmed last week. We've had not less than 4 different meetings with the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and then the security operatives, the national security, the Ghana police, you know, and other service providers. You know, so everything is on course to ensure smooth organization of this match.
Now, Henry, everybody in town knows about Ghana Black Stars players, but it's not the same with the Sudanese national team. And I believe it's also going to be a big worry for Coach Otto Addo. But Kwesi Appiah almost knows every player and our quality in the team. How is Otto Addo managing to get to know the quality and the strength of this Sudanese national team?
We have a lot of information. Unfortunately, I can't share the information on radio, but we have a lot of information about Sudan. If for nothing at all, they've played 4 games in recent times. They've played DR Congo, they've played Senegal, they've played Angola, they've played Niger. So we have a lot of information about them. So don't worry at all.
Okay, glad to hear that. But now, what message would you have for the fans on Thursday's match? Do you have any special message for our fans coming on Thursday?
Well, I know things have been rough. Things have been tough in recent times. But they shouldn't wither. We do not have to lose hope. We believe that it is these same players who went to Mali to beat Mali, and it's these same players who played against Central African Republic and gave us 6 points in our previous 2 matches before we played against Angola and Niger. So I just want to call on our Ghanaian fans to still keep hopes alive. Remember what I told you after Otoado's appointment. I said the decision to give him a long-term contract is to grant him the opportunity to build from scratch, to also bring in new players, for that matter, when he deems fit, to work on the existing team and also make it better. During this journey, there will be defeats, there will be disappointments, there will be failures, there will be a lot of oosh, ouch, there will be boos, there will be jeers, and there will be joy. And we are very much aware of all these things, in football. So they shouldn't give up. We expect them to come out in their numbers on Thursday to throw their weight behind the team. We can assure them that we will give them nothing but victory.
Okay, now final question, Henry. I really, really wanted to ask you something, but I believe some of them are not for radio consumption, so I'll just have to leave it there. But what is the arrangement for tomorrow's final training session?
Ghana will train at 5:30. Sudan will train at 4 p.m.
Sudan 4 p.m. and then Ghana 5:30. Yeah. What of the press conference? The pre-match?
The Ghana pre-match is at 5 p.m. Sudan pre-match is at 3:30.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Henry Asante-Chum, for joining us live on the show. We're really, really grateful for your time once again.
My pleasure. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for having me. Enjoy your evening.
Enjoy your evening too. Bye. All right, so that was the communications director of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Henry Asante-Chum, letting us know everything that you'd want to know around the camp of the senior national soccer team. Some of these questions we asked was just to provide valuable insight into the team's preparation strategy and expectations ahead of the crucial match against the Falcons of Sudan. We'll also get to see if we can get Mr. Charles Amofa, the PRO for the National Sports Authority, to also let us know what new development we have at the Accra Sports Stadium. Mr. Charles Amofa, we are also doing everything possible to get him also on the line. Now, the 2024 African Aquatic Zone 1 Championships kicked off with a splash at the Aquatic Center and the Botima Sports Complex, with Ghana's top swimming stars making waves on day one. Now, the prestigious 3-day event, which features athletes from 19 countries, it's being organized under the guidance of African Aquatics and the Ghana Swimming Association. Team Ghana, fielding some of their brightest talents, delivered outstanding performances in key swimming events. Harry Stacey, Joselle Alice Mensah, Numbia Ajay, Ivan Snowden, and Naima also stepped up to the challenge and competed fiercely against some of the continent's best swimmers. In the women's 100 LC meter freestyle, Joselle Alice Mensah lived up to expectations, while Numbia Ajay showcased her skill with a strong performance. On the men's side, Harry Stacey impressed in both the 10-meter breaststroke and the 200-meter freestyle, providing why he's one of Ghana's most promising swimmers. As the event continues, Team Ghana is aiming for a strong finish, determined by solidifying their place as a swimming powerhouse on the continent. Tomorrow will be the final day of the swimming competition that is currently also happening at the Botima Sports Complex. Please make it a point to get closer to the Botima Sports Complex. This is all about swimming. You remember, we brought the swimming team here in our studios. We have been speaking with the president of the Ghana Swimming Association, Madame Delphine Akwe, almost every time on this particular show. So we are putting our weight and our support behind this swimming team. The main reason why we are also projecting the African Aquatic Zone 1 Championship competition, which kicked off yesterday at the Aquatic Center at Botima Sports Complex. Now you can be seeing Ghana's top swimming stars making waves from day one, and then today was day two. Tomorrow will be the final day of the competition. Go there, you'll be seeing Harry Stacey, Joselle Alice Mensah, Numbiana J, Ivan Snowden, and then Naima Kankam, all stepping up to the challenge and competing fiercely against some of the continent's best swimmers as well. We are hoping that Team Ghana will end the competition with all the medals that we want to be getting. So try and get to the Baltimore Sports Complex. We have been calling for the venue to be used more often so as will not be messing up the facility after the African Games. And I believe the Ghana Swimming Association, the badminton team are also making good use of the complex, and we want the complex to be as new as it was during the African Games in March earlier this year. Now remember, Guide Radio 91.5 FM will be bringing you live radio commentary here, live radio commentary on that match. That's Ghana against Sudan. Kickoff for that game will be at exactly 4 p.m. I just joined our team on Thursday, 10th October, as our dynamic commentary team brings you live action and expert analysis from the Accra Sports Stadium. Yours truly, B.O.B. V-Power, Felix Romack, and other seasoned commentators will take you through the thrilling encounter, providing you with in-depth pre-game analysis starting from 3:45 p.m. play-by-play commentary, real-time tactical insights, post-match reactions, and debate. Do not miss the excitement. Tune in to Guide Radio 91.5 FM this Thursday from 3:45 p.m. for unparalleled coverage of Ghana versus Sudan. Please note that we are bringing you live radio commentary. It's going to be very, very interesting come Thursday at the Accra Sports Stadium. I believe we have the communications of the director of the National Sports Authority, who also doubles as the communications director for the Ministry for Youth and Sports. Mr. Charles Amofa has also joined us live online to talk to us and let us know exactly what is happening at the Accra Sports Stadium. Good evening to you, Charles.
Good evening, my brother.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us on Guide 91.5 FM. And now, first of all, let us know the measures that have been taken to address CAF's concern regarding the Accra Sports Stadium, particularly the pitch.
Okay. Thank you to you, and then good evening to your good listeners. First and foremost, the CAF requirements for Category 3 matches are a bit different from that of Category 2 and then 1. When we talk of Category 1, we mean matches involving junior national teams, i.e. under 17, under 20, and the rest. Then the Category 2 has to do with the prelims for Champions League and then the Confederation Cup matches. Just some few weeks ago, we hosted two matches for the Confederation Cup matches. That is for Xtra, and then Samatex also participated in the Champions League. All these matches were hosted at the Accra Sports Stadium. But for Category 3 matches, the requirements or what CAF looks out for in a facility is much of a higher upgrade than that of Category 1 and 2. And so some of the requirements or recommendations they made was for us to, seal the reserve bench. The Accra Sports Stadium, the reserve bench, 2 benches are dugouts. And so the recommendation was for us to seal these dugouts and then cover them and then get reserve benches, with specifications that they have given us. And then those are the things that they were looking out for. So within this few days, we've been able to do that for the reserve bench. For the pitch, we have our men on the ground. We have the green grass technology consultants who are also on the ground to help us be able to restore the pitch to, standard that CAF requires. And then when you come to the dressing rooms, there were a few structural defects that they recommended that we look at. And all those things have been done. As we speak, anybody that comes to Accra Sports Stadium will be shocked at the work that has been done in the facility.
Wow, wow. I was there yesterday and I was so much impressed with the level of work that has so far been done at the Accra Sports Stadium. But unfortunately, I tried to also use the washroom, the main washroom for the fans at the VIP standby. It looks like it was still locked. I don't know whether it's still not ready or you just decided to lock it to put it in shape for Thursday's game.
Yes, just like I said, all those areas, sections, the washrooms for the VIP sections and the other sections of the sitting areas, all those washrooms have been taken care of. CAF inspectors were here yesterday. They went round, and I can say for now there are no complaints. What we now preparing ourselves is to be able to host a successful game on Thursday.
Okay, now for the fans that will be coming in on Thursday, what arrangements have you guys made for all these fans' safety and security on Thursday?
Okay, so yesterday we had a stakeholders meeting, and then all the security apparatus that we have in the country, reps came from all these security organizations, i.e. the Ghana Police Service, NIB, National Security. They all sent reps for the stakeholder meeting. For the police, I can give out the numbers. We're expecting about 500 uniformed policemen on Thursday. With that of NIB and National Security, I cannot put the figure out for security reasons. We are also expecting men from the Ghana Armed Forces to beef up security in the facility and also outside the facility. So that is the arrangement for security. And when it comes to safety, medical, we have fire service, men from fire service who will be taking care of our gates. The inner perimeter gates will also be taken care of by stewards. We are deploying about 100 stewards to take care of the main inner perimeter entry points. You know, sometimes we have incidents of pitch invasion by fans, and as much as possible,
very, very important.
we want to reduce that. You know, because always it comes. You know, it attracts fines from CAF.
Yeah.
What we know, for every infraction, GFA incurred the cost of about $10,000. So, as much as possible, we want to reduce such incidents on the match day. Also, medical, we are looking at deploying about 60 medical people, those with ambulance, and then those who be on the pitch, and then we'll station other medical people within the stands. You know, some few weeks back, we lost a fan during a game here at the Accra Sports Stadium. So, as much as possible, we want to reduce some of these incidents in the match day.
And now, Charles, there have been concerns about the area for our brothers who also are into Islam, where they have their prayers during match days. Has the authority also considered of getting them a permanent place of worship during match days?
Okay, thank you very much. I think that issue also came up, but what we'll be doing is to have a stakeholder engagement with the leaders, so that they have leaders for every
they
have their leaders. So on the match day, we plan to have an engagement with their leaders to see where we can have a suitable place for them to worship during match day. So that is not a problem at all.
What about our brothers who are also physically challenged? It looks like we almost forget about our brothers who are physically challenged. The stadium used to have an elevator that would just lift these disabled guys onto the main VIP area to sit and comfortably have to enjoy the football games. But for some time now, the elevator is not working. But then going around the stadium yesterday, it looks like that elevator for our disabled brothers are still not being worked on. What is the situation now?
Yeah, you are right in that sense. The elevator at the stadium is not really, it's not working or functioning. But what we intend to do is to get a consultant to look at it. It's been out of use for some time, and I think the repairs or what has to be done is a big job. But then we'll look at that. But alternatively, our brothers who are physically challenged, who use, I hope you know, the space in between the dressing room and the VIP section.
Yeah.
We have a gentle sloping that leads to the frontage of the
Before
VIP.
getting to the media center area.
Before getting to the media center, there is a gentle sloping that most of our brothers who are physically challenged, they use that section. But of course, just like you said, the lift is something that we have to look at, because we are also hosting another international game come next month. So all these things are being looked at. We want to clear this Ghana-Sudan game, and then after that, the other challenges or the other things that need to be done, we'll look at them. But for now, I can tell you we are almost 100% done with all the requirements and recommendations that came from CAF.
And now, how has the authority and the ministry collaborated with the GFA to ensure a successful event come Thursday?
Thank you very much. Last week Thursday, we had an emergency stakeholder meeting at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. It was at the instance of the Honorable Minister himself. He called for that meeting, and where we had all, who matter when it comes to football, i.e. GFA, National Sports Authority, Ministry of Youth and Sports, and security, organizations. They were all present. And after that meeting, after that stakeholders meeting, we went into another section that was just between the National Sports Authority, the GFA, and the Ministry of Youth and Sports. I can tell you for a fact that now the collaboration or the working relationship between these three organizations, I would say, is very, very much healthy. We are currently processing accreditation for stakeholders, and we have even a rep from GFA who is with us the whole day. And so the collaboration, I can say, is more, healthier and then better than it used to be.
And are there any contingency plans in place for unexpected events or emergencies?
Oh, yes. For instance, we don't want to take chances. For, let's say, power or electricity, we have 2 standby generators that will be used on the match day. Other sections that really doesn't need direct current also have standby generators and all that. So, when it comes to emergency situations, all those things have been looked at. For since about a week now, every day we've been having meetings to make sure that everything that needs to be done on that day, is taken care of.
Wow, we are hoping that everything will be taken care of before Thursday. But now, another concern for media area. Most of the time, I have seen them put brand new chairs at the media center, but it looks like the place is still not enough for our media men that will be coming on Thursday. Is there any arrangement for an expansion at the media area on Thursday?
For now, the media area, we have 2 media areas. We have the media stand, that is within the VIP section. And then we have the conference room. The conference room is that's, where we have our press conference, post-match, press conferences.
Yeah.
It's not everybody that is allowed into the post-match, press conference. But in the media stand, we can take over 400 media persons.
Also,
as we speak, media accreditations that we have processed is almost in excess of about 400. So I think we are within the numbers that we are looking out for.
Now, Charles, every Ghanaian is so happy with the renovations being done so far at the Accra Sports Stadium. And now talk to us, what long-term plans are in place to maintain the stadium's condition and ensuring continued CAF compliance?
Yeah, thank you very much. For now, the discussions are ongoing. What the government or the Ministry of Youth and Sports and National Sports Authority, for that matter, what we are looking at is to have a dedicated facility, be it Accra Sports Stadium, Cape Coast, or Babaya, solely for international games such as this Category 3 game. It's something that is being looked at, so that anytime we have a match of this nature, it shouldn't be a problem or a challenge that where it's now that we have to look at this, look at that, and all that. So discussions are ongoing to have a dedicated facility to host any Category 3 matches from CAF or FIFA.
Charles, yesterday at the stadium, I saw at the main VVIP stand that the glass that used to be around the main VVIP sitting area has been taken off, and then they are now getting us new barricades. I don't know how we put that thing in there, and we've now realized that this thing it's not so good for our stadium. Are we sure we are going to get to complete that thing before Thursday?
Thank you very much. You agree with me that what we used to have, the metallic planks, I would say, was something like a barrier, a blockade that, cuts, half of that sitting capacity. The VVIP section is the red seats around the presidential box.
Yeah.
And that sitting capacity is about 524. But then, if you remember, anytime there is any football match, about half of that, seats, you cannot sit behind that, metallic strip.
Yeah,
it's like it blocks view of spectators, and so we thought it wise to take that thing off, and then as part of the CAF requirements, we are to coding the presidential box or separate it from the VVIP section. So what we've done now is to create a way for the presidential ticket holders to use a particular section of the VVIP area. And then those with VVIP tickets will also use another entry point, to get to their seat. So it's part of the CAF requirements that was sent to us.
Oh, okay. Now, another major concern has to be the lighting at the stadium. There have been so many concerns about the lighting at the stadium. It looks like anytime the lights come on, it's still not getting us the lumens that we're expecting to see on the day. Are we going to see different lighting on Thursday?
Yeah, thank you very much. The lighting, the floor lights that we have at the stadium, when it's being switched on, it's switched on in phases. So you see sections of the box, on and others not, But, when it's full, it has its full capacity. You see all the lights on. But then, the training that took place yesterday was around
4:30 p.m.
4 and 6.
Yeah.
So we still had some, daylight. And so you wouldn't see the intensity of the light. But currently, as we speak here, I'm just standing in the blue stand, and just one floodlight is on. You could see all the areas on the pitch. So around this time, when the lights are on, even the measurements that were taken by CAF, there hasn't been any complaints. So, and we all know the matches are 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So latest by 6:37, we are out of the stadium. So that isn't much of a problem.
Sure. Very well. Very well. Now the scoreboard. Is the scoreboard back working?
Yes. The scoreboard. We had water that drained into parts of the scoreboard, and so that has been rectified. And this afternoon we did a test run, and I think everything is under control, so we don't have much of a problem with the scoreboard.
Charles, the PA system in Kumasi, when we played against Angola, when the national anthems were being played, even our Ghanaian players were finding it difficult to hear our own national anthem. What is the status of the PA system at the Accra Stadium?
We also did a test run on our PA system today, and I can assure fans that come Thursday will have a very good sound, bite from the PA system. What happened in Kumasi, I think, was a small technical challenge when the anthem was being played. But we played the anthem today, this afternoon, played it twice, and I think the sound quality and volume is up to standard. So we don't have much of a challenge here in Accra.
But this afternoon's testing of the system was without the noise that we are expecting on Thursday.
I don't think when we did a test run, there was any distortion in the volume or the sound that we had.
All right, Charles, thank you so much. I believe you've just answered all the questions every Ghanaian would want to know this evening. We are so grateful for your time on the show. Continue to have the best of the evenings, Charles.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
Bye. All right, so that was the Public Relations Officer of the National Sports Authority and also the Ministry for Youth and Sports, Mr. Charles Mofa. And he's giving us almost everything you really want to know about the extent of work being done at the Accra Sports Stadium. You guys have been asking questions about the lumens at the Accra Sports Stadium lighting for the floodlight. And he's just made it clear that the lighting, we have no problem. And the game will also be played at 4 p.m., which will have enough daylight, so there shouldn't be any problem with the lighting system. In terms of the bench at the stadium, he's also made it clear that the inspectors from the Confederation of African Football came and they told them to just stop using the dugout that we used to have. So they had to just block it and then create a new bench for the reserve players and then the technical team on match days, which also looks very good. They also had to go get a touch up with the dressing room. And we've seen pictures and videos of the dressing room. If you are watching us live on Facebook, you can see videos and the pictures of the new refurbished dressing room at the Accra Sports Stadium. You can just join us live on Facebook and you'll be seeing videos from the Accra Sports Stadium dressing room. The retractable tunnel also has been replaced and everything looks perfect for Thursday. For the media seating area, he has just made it clear that the media area can accommodate about 400 pressmen, which is quite encouraging. And so and I believe they've also accredited every media house that applied for accreditation for the big game on Thursday. If you are not getting accreditation, I'm not so sure you really listen to the instructions that you were told to apply from this date to that date, and then the closing date for submission of applications for accreditations. But thankfully, Team Guide Radio and our other affiliations have all been accredited, and we are coming there on Thursday and we'll be running live radio commentary. But this questions was just to provide valuable insights into the preparations and readiness of the National Sports Authority and the Ministry of Sports for the upcoming match on Thursday. As it stands now, it looks like we are ready for the Falcons of Sudan on Thursday. It looks like everybody is so ready for the big game. Oh my God, I almost forgot. Oh, we cannot go back to Charles. I really wanted to help you out there also with the ticketing and fun experience. But if you want to get tickets, you just can grab your phone and then you dial *711# *711# *711#. If you are dialing *711# now, I believe all the drop downs will be there for you to know. So if you dial *711#, you are getting to seeing the figures for these ticket seat areas. For popular stands, they are charging 30 Ghana cedis. Center line will be going for 50 Ghana cedis. For VIP, they'll be charging 100 Ghana cedis and 100 Ghana cedis and above. If you want to sit at the VVIP presidential area, I believe it comes with charging there. You can also go to the web logins, and then you can also get to buy your tickets for the game on Thursday. But most Ghanaians will always want to wait for last minute on match day, and the game is kicking off at 4 p.m. We'll wait when it's about 3:30. That is when people will just decide, okay, I want to go watch the Black Stars. When you do that and the network, there's traffic on the network, your ticket will not be coming on time, and then you are going to be missing. So now so come out 30, 50, 100. So I beg you, let us start buying our tickets now. I believe it's affordable, 30, 50, 100. 30, 50, 100 by just dialing *711. I believe you can just try it now. Just pick your phones and just try. If you think you want to see whether the system is working, just grab your phone and dial *711. I have been doing it on my phone now, and everything is clear there. Popular stand, center line, VIP stand. And for the VIP, we have the lower terrace and we have the upper terrace, so you know which one to just purchase for the big game. I have given you the code to get your ticket, *711. If you're calling my phone now, I beg you, I do not have that ticket for all my loved ones. I wish I could get tickets for over 500 fans on the day, but When I'm getting the blessings, I'll just try and do more for you out there. But I'll see. I'll see if I can do something for our loyal fans also. We'll see. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. We'll see what we can do also for our fans on Thursday. But do not waste time. Try and then jump on the portal *711# *711#, and then you are getting the tickets drop downs, and then you are selecting which ones you really want to buy for the big game. So let me quickly jump on my Facebook and my WhatsApp platform to read to you some comments coming through. Okay, so I have Nanaya saying, good show by Austin as BOB. All questions that we needed from you to be asking all these top officials. You have just done justice to the questions. Thank you also. Kofi Ajiman Blackman. I think I need to get this guy a ticket on Thursday. Kofi Ajiman Blackman. Good evening, watching you guys inside Pig Farm. My good brother Joseph Agbobli is also watching us live all the way from mile 7. Joseph Agbobli, I see you, my brother. Hope you're doing good. And then the man himself, Filippo Tuokoto, the gunshot man, is also watching us live. Tonyeli Enyam Leo Mensah is also watching us live from Dahomey inside the Volta region of Ghana. Tonyeli Enyam Leo Mensah is saying Ghana 2, Sudan 0. Ghana 2, Sudan 0. You can also send in your score predictions on the day. I am predicting Ghana to win on the day. I have no score line here. I am predicting Ghana to just win. A 1-0 win